The wife of a celebrated chef and restaurant owner disappeared. He said she left him. What happened next stunned their community. Richard Schlesinger is here with a preview of tomorrow night's 48 Hours. Richard, good morning.
Morning, Nora. After Dawn Vians went missing for more than 3 weeks, her friends and family began to question her whereabouts, except for her husband, whose denials about her whereabouts eventually took him right to the edge.
And I always thought he was the best chef. I'd never tasted any food that was that good.
David Vians was the chef of this small but popular restaurant in Lomita, California. His wife, Dawn, was the hostess.
She loved my dad, and I know they loved each other. They seemed happy.
But on October 18th, 2009, Dawn vanished. Everyone who knew her, including Vians' daughter, Jackie, had questions.
I said, Pops, what really happened to her? Why isn't she back yet?
When you introduced yourself as Sergeant Garcia from the LA County Sheriff's Homicide Division, how did he react?
He immediately turned white.
Vians was under pressure by the police and the press, and soon the top chef wound up confessing everything to his new girlfriend, Kathy Galvin.
He goes, "It was an accident. She's not coming back." I said, "What do you mean she's not coming back?" He said, "I'm sorry. I think I'm just going to kill myself."
And with that, Vians raced to his car, with Kathy running after him. Kathy was in for the ride of her life.
I remember coming up on this curb. That's where I said, "I don't want to die."
I immediately pulled out behind them. As we approached Point Vicente, he made an abrupt left turn into the parking lot.
Vians jumped out of the car and ran toward the cliffs overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
And the railing was about this high, so we both jumped over. I'm holding on to his hands, and I'm like, please don't do this. And I looked over at the cops.
I yelled out, "Stop! Just talk with us."
He actually got to the point where he's swaying.
At that point, he kissed his girlfriend.
And then he shoved me, and he took off like this and went, "Ah!" and just whoosh, went right over. The cop said, "Who was that guy?" And I said, "Oh my God, you don't even know who he is?"
I have no idea.
And I was like, "That's David Vians. He just told me he killed his wife."
But the David Vians story was far from over. Not long after that leap, police would start hearing an almost incredible story about what happened to Dawn.
In my time of doing this for a living, I've never heard anything like this.
Neither had we.
Wow, what a dramatic story, the way you told it, Richard.
No, it sort of got your attention.
It definitely did. So what happened?
Well, normally in a story, when a guy jumps off the cliff, that's the end of the story. In this case, that's really the beginning of the story, because he survives.
Whoa.
And tells a story about what happened afterwards.
Okay.
That will keep you up at night.
That is a very good tease.
Yeah.
You can see
Glad you
Richard-
like it.
I did.